Welcome to Decorating Date Night episode.
I think it's 15, part 3 or 4.
Okay, so we are in the midst of redoing our bathroom because of a problem with a leak. And so we are coming to check in with Bob Builder, who's right behind us, to see the progress. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Looks like we've got red walls, that's not the copper, and an orange floor.
Yes.
That's quite the color combination. All right, so we're going to let Bob come in here and tell us what's going on.
Okay, so the red on the walls is just a waterproofing membrane.
Okay,
So
so why is it that you went over plywood as opposed to backer board, which is typically what you would put in a bathroom?
Because with the copper sheets, we have to nail it, and I want to make sure we had good support everywhere around, so we can nail wherever we need it to.
And so
Gotcha.
we use this stuff here.
Yeah, it's a red guard, it's a liquid membrane, and so it'll make everything waterproof.
That's very cool.
So it's like painted on rubber.
Basically,
I
yeah.
should put it on my boots.
That's right.
They should make that in clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain what's going on in the floor.
Okay, that's a pre-made Schluter slope shower pan, and we installed a linear drain, and we'll tile the grate of the drain as well. So
Okay. Oh, we're going to see, this is what, so this is
you
what
won't
I'm-
see the drain
I was
essentially.
very excited. Angel, get out of the way. I was very excited about this because in the old shower, right in the middle, like in most showers, there was a round circle and that was your drain. And I thought, well, that's kind of an eyesore. We're going to do just glass, just a glass frame so you actually would see in. And so I thought, well, let's do the drain. Everything's going to slope down. We're doing a linear drain, so there's just going to be like a very, very little...
Just like the grout line around, we won't have any grout in it, and that'll be the drain.
That is so amazing. So it's like a hidden drain.
And underneath that floor is a whole bunch of PVC pipes and stuff, right?
Yeah,
for-
we fixed the floor, we moved the drain over and all that stuff.
Okay, so
yeah.
explain what was happening with the old drain and why there was a problem, why we would have had a ton of water in the family room had we not been rescued.
Yeah, we had a bad glue joint.
Yeah, explain that, because there's some DIYers. We don't recommend doing plumbing DIY, by the way.
You
But
can see all the black on the purple area. The purple's the primer, so that black is where it was leaking, and stuff was getting in there. It didn't really get out, just very little bit, but it was definitely in there. And this just came apart by hand, which it shouldn't have.
so, and then over time, that would become...
It would have only gotten worse.
It would have gotten worse, and then
Yeah.
eventually it would have just completely loosened that connection, and then we would have had...
And then it would have poured onto the drywall and the ceiling downstairs.
Actually, it was slowly, gotten worse.
We would have had a waterfall in the family room. That's a different look. That's a different DIY project.
All right, so we caught that in advance, so that's good.
So the linear drain is going to be cool. So now the copper replacement panels, because we talked about on a previous episode that they were dinged up. They were
The corners,
the
yeah.
corners, and
Mhm.
so those have been finally delivered today.
Right.
So the idea is then to, once we have the copper in, we layer. You're going to lay it like almost like you would shingles, right? So they overlap.
Right. We'll start at the bottom, each one will overlap as it goes up. Right.
Okay, we're going to try and do some of that on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
But then we talked about, you had explained to me, but I want you to explain to everyone who's watching. Right now there's a gap in between the tile and the actual, the waterproofing. So what's going to go in that gap?
There's trim pieces here.
Okay.
And this is just a small piece of trim. But yeah, essentially, I don't know if you can see over here better.
Yeah. Oops,
Sorry.
get out of the way.
This will just lay over somewhere like that.
That's
There's where
so
you're talking about the
cool.
gap. You can see it down there.
Yeah, and then the copper will slide right inside there. So you won't see any nails or any fasteners or anything like that. It'll all be hidden.
I love that.
So, and the same with the corner. It's a corner piece, but basically it looks the same except it's an L.
That
Same
is
with the
going to be
corners.
so...
And everything will just fit in there, and then we nail the copper, and the next piece covers the nails.
And that's what the copper will look like, is that
It'll
exact
look
color,
like
right?
this right there, yeah.
And it'll just naturally over time
It'll
patina on
patina.
its own.
It will
Right.
patina. There's some things I might do for as a DIY project. I might patina it myself. You can do it with vinegar and warm water. So I have to kind of look into that. You can't ruin it. It's copper.
It's copper, right? Yeah.
So I'm not, the worst thing that would happen is it looks bad, but then it heals itself because that's what copper does.
Right, it'll change.
And it'll change and it'll be like, all right, experiment gone wrong. No harm, no foul.
Now, did you mention to him about trying to inset the piece that was in that shower into the wall?
Oh, I did not. But you have a question for us, and then we'll get to that about the flooring. So
Yeah, I just want to know the your orientation of the tile and stuff.
okay.
And then you grab a piece.
So I'll wait till you grab it, and then I'll.
And let me see, there's some people jumped down. So let's see, we got Stephanie
Stephanie, we'll share this to our DIY designer.
and Sona
Hi, Sona. Good. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you last night. That would have been fun.
and Julie
Julie.
and Chris.
Hi, Chris.
All right, so you got the piece. We'll stop
Okay,
there.
so this is our beautiful tile. It doesn't look like much, and no, there's no brown in it. That's just the backer. That's like the, I don't know, what do they call that? Just the backer paper that literally
Holds
goes
it
away.
together, like, yeah.
You're going to actually lay it this way, is that right? So you lay this opposite that you would regular tile. This is oceanside tile. This is that stuff I was telling you about. So what I'm thinking is, oops, let me see here. Let me put this down. Okay, so we have options. We can either do it this way, and it's going all this way, but I'm thinking actually that I like it this way. What do you think, honey?
Wouldn't
So we
you
can
normally run the long pieces with the length of the room?
Yeah, I mean,
Normally?
yeah,
I mean, I
that's
don't
what
know.
you would do with hardwood, but I was thinking we'd have it this way because
I don't know. It might be helpful to see it with a few sheets in place instead of just one.
okay. And we're gonna get Bob to weigh in with your opinion. Is there an easier way to run it?
Not really.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Does it have any effect at all on drainage?
I wouldn't think so. Because this will all be waterproof,
Right.
regardless of the tile or the copper.
So let's see. And if you're watching now or later after we're not live and you want to comment and give your opinions, it's ultimately all going to be white
Correct.
or different kinds of white. So
There's different variations of white.
there's like 3 or 4, I guess, different
Yeah.
whites going on.
I mean, you would know if you go to paint white. There's not just white. There's white. There's off white. There's snow white. There's creamy white. There's vanilla white. You know, there's like a gazillion
Okay,
white.
so that's going kind of long ways.
Yeah.
Let's see what we think about that.
Can I turn it?
Okay, now turn it. Let's see what we think about turning it. Yeah, probably that way. Yeah, probably that
It's
one.
definitely that way.
One, it actually it makes the shower look deeper.
Yeah.
Well, you want to. So in this case, so here's the thinking design-wise behind that, and why my instinct was to go towards the drain, because everything is on a slope downward, because you're sloping down towards the drain. So it makes sense to then just have everything gradually go that way. So that's why I.
Okay,
chose that.
gradually as opposed to quickly.
Or
So,
quickly.
is that what
depending on
is that what
how
you're
fast
saying?
you wanna run it.
Well, I don't know.
All right, so
Okay.
that's the way we're gonna go.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right,
So-
so a question for you.
Mhm.
So if you remember the piece that was here that you took out,
Right.
great piece, got it out in one piece, which was amazing. So what I want to do is hang it over the toilet. Is
Okay.
there a way to cut out the drywall and inset it?
Yeah, we can do that. It'll stick out a little bit, but yeah.
That's
we can do
all right.
that. Yeah, we can do that.
Yay! And then I'm thinking if it sticks out a little bit, I can even take this and just do a border and trim it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we could.
Told you. Troy's like, no, you can't.
No,
do
I didn't say
that."
we couldn't do it, but I guess you would liquid nails it into place, right? Because how would you attach it? in
Yeah, we
there?
probably put some more backing in there and glue it in place, or
Because it's
some
staying
kind of
with the
fastener.
house, because it obviously is part of the bathroom, so I don't have to worry about moving it ever.
Yeah, we'd have to cut it out and put some more support behind there. and
Okay.
We can figure out a way to hang it.
Okay. All right. So those copper sheets, that full back wall is one sheet, or is it pieces? Like what's
Six pieces stacked.
total of 6 pieces?
In the sides will have 6 pieces.
Okay. All right. So like one on the back, one on the other side, and
It'll
3
be-
and
They'll
the.
be about 16 inches tall each piece.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like a shingle, you layer it, so
They're
they
shin-
overlap, that's what I was saying.
Oh, so it's gonna have like a horizontal.
Right, they're all the way
Yes.
across. They're like 16 inches.
Oh, Okay, you can see how involved I've been in picking out the design of this.
Well, that's just the way it goes. You don't have a choice
Gotcha.
design with that. That's how you lay it.
Okay.
No, this is going to be great. Very, very, very excited about it.
All right.
Okay, cool. So tomorrow, what's on the...
Tomorrow we'll finish waterproofing the pan, and hopefully we can start put the curb in, and then hopefully put the floor tile in.
Okay, and the curb is this?
No.
Oh.
That little space there,
Oh.
it'll come up, and this will go on top of the curb.
Gotcha. So this is going to go on top
That'll
of that.
finish the top.
This is talking about this big long piece right here,
Right.
which will be cut down, obviously, to fit the.
Yeah.
That's the threshold between the regular
Right.
tile and the shower tile.
So I want to see my height and everything. And after that gets glued in, then and the curb will go in.
Excellent. Okay, so
I guess that's it.
the plan tomorrow is to do the floor. When are you thinking you'd get to actually laying the copper?
And that'll probably be Wednesday, maybe.
Okay,
I think
so
the
Wednesday.
first piece is getting the trim up, and the first piece because we have to cut the slope.
Right.
Will be the hardest.
Right.
That might take a while. Then
Okay.
The rest pieces, they say should go in easily.
All right, so fingers crossed. So we are going to try and do that also Facebook Live so that you can kind of see that in progress. If you're finding that you're getting ahead of schedule, just send either one of us a quick text, and then Troy can even pop on.
And Jeremy and Douglas also jumped on. So hello, guys. And I guess we'll. I'm gonna try something different. We're gonna do our goodbyes in the mirror.
Okay,
See if we
Bob,
can
you got to get in here
Give
too.
it a shot. Ready?
Right.
Here we go.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.